Hey everyone, welcome back to All Tech Channel. Today, we're talking about a small but critical engine component, the knock sensor. What does it do? What happens when it goes bad? How can drivers and mechanics diagnose and fix it? What are the common mistakes and solutions? If you want to keep your engine running smoothly, this is something you need to know. Let's get started. What is a knock sensor? The knock sensor is a small but powerful device that detects abnormal engine vibrations caused by pre-ignition or detonation, also known as engine knock. When an engine runs smoothly, fuel burns in a controlled manner. But sometimes, due to bad fuel, incorrect timing, or overheating, the air-fuel mixture ignites too early, causing a knocking or pinging sound. The knock sensor picks up these vibrations and sends signals to the ECU engine control unit, which adjusts the ignition timing to prevent engine damage. Without a working knock sensor, your engine could suffer from reduced performance and even serious damage over time. Where's the knock sensor located? The knock sensor is usually located on the engine block, cylinder head, or intake manifold. On inline engines, it's often on the side of the engine block. On V-type engines, you may find one sensor per bank. In these Ford 1.6-liter engines, it's under the intake manifold, making it harder to reach. If you're unsure, check your repair manual or diagnostic tool to locate it. Symptoms of a bad knock sensor. When a knock sensor fails, the ECU can't adjust ignition timing properly. Here are the common symptoms you might notice. 1. Check engine light. A bad knock sensor will trigger a fault code, like P0325. 2. Poor acceleration and power loss. The engine may enter limp mode, reducing performance. 3. Increased fuel consumption. Bad timing leads to inefficient fuel burning. For engine knocking sounds, without correction, knocking will continue, damaging pistons, valves connecting rods over time. 5. Rough idle or stalling. In severe cases, the engine might misfire or stall. If you suspect a bad knock sensor, here's what you should do. Step 1. Scan for error codes. Use an OBD2 scanner to check for codes like P0325, knock sensor malfunction. Step 2. Inspect the sensor and wiring. Look for damaged wires, loose connections, or corrosion. Step 3. Test the sensor. Use a multimeter to check resistance. Should be within manufacturer specs. Step 4. Replace if necessary. If the sensor is faulty, replace it. After replacement, always reset the ECU using a scanner or by disconnecting the battery for a few minutes. If you suspect a bad knock sensor, here's what you should do. Step 1. Scan for error codes. Use an OBD2 scanner to check for codes like P0325, knock sensor malfunction. Step 2. Inspect the sensor and wiring. Look for damaged wires, loose connections, or corrosion. Step 3. Test the sensor. Use a multimeter to check resistance. Should be within manufacturer specs. Step 4. Replace if necessary. If the sensor is faulty, replace it. After replacement, always reset the ECU using a scanner or by disconnecting the battery for a few minutes.